Hello and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build some excellent guns and kits using level 2 traders. Now, everything I'm showing you in today's video is just to help your Rupel go farther. So let's start with the weapons. And first off, we're going to be starting with the AKS-74N. And you can mod this thing out pretty nicely at level 2 traders. One of the best things about it is you get access to the 30 round magazines. That is a barter off of Prapor for one thermometer, which averages about 30k, which is half the price of the flea. So if we take a look here, we can see the recoil stats 82 vertical, 221 horizontal. One thing to note is the butt pad is locked behind Gunsmith, I believe part 5 or part 6. But if you do not have that unlocked, you can actually go ahead and use the AKS part lock with the part 1, which is also a very good option. And this will be about half price. And then also this suppressor is locked behind another quest I have not done, but it is available on level 2 traders for 45,000. So flea market price is similar in most instances, which would bring our gun cost to about 180,000 before ammo and before the sight. The sight options that I have here and is the Romeo 07. I like this one. I think it gives you a clear picture. It's got a little bit of peripheral on the edges, so it blocks a bit of your screen, but I think it is the cleanest and most natural and easiest to use. Then we also have the Monstrum Compact. This is if you need a little bit of zoom. I think this sight is great because it gives you enough zoom to land those headshots, but not too much that you lose all peripheral vision. And if you're not worried about going loud and you want to save some ruples, you can get the AK Zenit for under 5,000 ruples. So that could knock the price down a little bit more. As far as ammo, you want to go ahead and get this from the flea market. If you barter for the BT rounds off Prapor, they end up being like 1,500 or 1,500 ruples per shot. And so we'll go ahead and look at PP. PP, I would probably try and get it for under 800. And then for PS rounds, I would say try and get it for under like 500. And what I would do is I would half load the mags on this. So I would do bottom half PS, then fill it up with PP, and you're good to go. The next option I'm showing you is the M4. This is a barter off of Peacekeeper for 2 Pro Kill medallions. And this one comes with all of these attachments, which is fantastic. But once you get this thing, you're going to want to go ahead and probably take off this laser device. I don't like it because it doesn't have a flashlight. And you can take off the Canton mounted sights. That's sort of preference. If you want to leave that on there, you can. But then I put on an X400 as that's my favorite flashlight. And you have a usable weapon. And if we sell these 2 attachments back to the trader. Oh, come on, game. You get back 30,000. So that would have made our M4 about 110,000 silenced with a 1 to 4 times zoom. That's pretty solid. Now, the 2 options for ammo here, again, the ammo off the traders, I think is not worth using. If I'm going to use this weapon, I'm going to spend the extra money and get ammo that's actually going to kill my opponents. M855, it's decent against level 3 armor. And I would try and get this for under 1,000 a shot. It kind of varies. And then this SOST, the 318, is actually slightly better than M855 by a couple of penetration points. So if this one is cheaper or the same price, absolutely go for that. It's a few less damage, but I think that pen is really going to help with you getting through the opponent's armor and securing your kills. So this one is going to cost you anywhere from 110 to 120,000, where this one will probably, if you're running suppressor, is going to be closer to 170,000. So the M4 ends up being the budget option compared to the AK. That's kind of interesting. But if we want to go really budget, the Benelli Super is a great option because you get the Piranha rounds from Jaeger level 2. Now, I've already bought these out. That's why they're blacked out. But you get 70 per reset for 230 ruples a shot. That is amazing. Those things are going to go right through armor. Unfortunately, you're going to be stuck with a 5-round tube, but I would just throw on any cheap sight, the MRS or whatever you have in your stash, because with the shotgun, you know, you're just going to try and get your shots on there, but it doesn't need to be 100% accurate because your rounds are going to flare out in a little bit of a spread. So that's your extra budget option at level 2. So I forgot to do some recoil tests, so we're going to go ahead and hop through those really quickly just for all three weapons. We have the AK going off first, and this is no control from my hand. So that climbs, and then, you'd be shooting over your target. But if I'm going to try and control this now with my hand, we can put most of the shots on the body. And let's go ahead and try just single tapping it, see how that is. And we'll go ahead and shoot a little bit farther for the single taps. I mean, that seemed pretty nice for the single taps. You can see there, uncontrolled, I was in the ceiling mostly. Once I was controlled, putting shots on body. And the single taps at a farther distance. A little bit of a spread, but still, I would say that's very solid. Okay, now we're going to try the M4. We'll go ahead and do it at 1x zoom. And again, this is going to be uncontrolled at the beginning, starting from the bottom here. No control from me. And I would say that it actually climbed a little bit less than the AK because the first AK was on this beam where the M4 was on this beam. And now we're going to control it. And we want to make sure we're on the same zoom. Again, starting from the bottom. Pretty good, but you have less ammo in your mag. So obviously, you don't get quite as many shots. And we'll try the single tap. And I really disliked that guy's stomach there for some reason, but I tried to just keep up as tight as possible. I did kind of have a little bit of a hiccup. I sort of let my hand go up. So we had one or two off, but then the rest were fairly tight. So up close. I mean, as you would expect, very tight, pretty nice. And then here. I mean, I saw 2 pellets on the first shot there. So that was a 4 shot. Not even a full tube. And you got a couple in the head, mostly on the body. So, yeah, I think all of these weapons are fairly usable. So then if we take a look at the rest of the kit items, I would still be buying my M32s from Skier, and that's just because I want to level up my trader rep, so I try and variate what I buy my items from, so I get, higher rep with all the traders. So I'd go ahead and buy those. From Ragman, I'm actually going to do the barter for this LBT backpack. The Fedora is very cheap most of the time, and this backpack is 5x5 squares. And then for a helmet, I'm pretty much going to barter for this one. It's not quite as pretty as the one from Prapper, but it's about 10,000 rubles cheaper if you use this barter opposed to this other helmet, the Ratnik. But I think the Ratnik looks better. Also, if you want to run night vision, you have to go with the Ratnik as it has the mount for it. And then as far as armor goes, you actually have a couple of options here. I would say that Ragman should be your go-to to begin with. You want to look at the Karasa, as that is probably the best bang for the buck, but it's sold out all the time. But this armor is actually very similar, and it's a little bit cheaper, but it's cheaper because it does not come with a backplate. So if you're running this armor, you need to hop over to Prapper and look at this plate here. And this is the backplate for 12,000. It is level 4 armor, which is actually pretty nuts because level 4 is better than level 3. So you're going to end up doing better than the Karasi. So you'll have level 4 armor and level 3 front plate. And I'm not even sure. I don't have the ruples for it because I'm poor. Well, all right, let's test it. We're doing some live testing. Oh, not enough space. Oh, man. I got the space now? Yes. Yeah, so we can put it in the back spot. But can we put that in the front? I don't think we can because we need the torso protection. And oh my goodness. Playing some Tetris. Yeah, it defaults to the back. So, but you know, level 4 in the back is kind of nice in case someone sneaks up on you, I guess. But yeah, so I'd probably go for this or the Karasa. Then you get your headset from Skier. You get your helmet from Ragman or Prapper and the backpack. And you're set to go probably in total 300,000 rubles or so for a pretty solid kit. Obviously, if you're trying to make money, I would make some sacrifices to run a cheaper kit. If you want to go for meds, you always want to go to barter for the Soluela, for the paid, or the water ration, just whatever's cheaper, as those average about 20,000. So you won't be spending like 40,000 on Soluelas. I guess they're not too expensive on the flea, but if you buy them from therapists, they're very expensive. So that's a little bit of an overview of what you can buy and build at level 2 traders. So I hope this video helped you, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.